Hey everyone, so back so soon. This JD 250 to 1 that I got is just it's not cutting it, man. It like I said in the last video, what's it called, man? It's going into clipping. I'm making up power that I don't have out of it. The sad truth is I can't use it. It'd be better for a test bench or anything else besides what I'm using it for now. Although I love it, you know. It's a nice amp. It's just too small. But this bad boy, this is what I picked up. So yeah, we're rocking all old school stuff in this car. So it's a 500 to 1 version 2. I don't know if this would be a slash amp. I don't think it's a slash amp. But all I know is that the reason I did pick up this one rather than like a RD or a JD or a JX, anything else, the HDs, like the only amp I could find that JL had. Well, they don't sell any actually that run at 4 ohms. I mean, I may have missed one, or I know you guys know something more than me, but I thought I checked every amp that JL makes now, and they all, so if it says 500 to 1, they're all going to be 500 to 1 at 2 ohms. The reason I bought this is because this is a like a range of ohms. So it will run 500 watts to my sub from 1.5 ohms all the way to 4 ohms, which is perfect because I have a 4 ohm sub, and frankly, even with car speakers, I think it's so weird that most mids and highs are all 4 ohms, but all amps are rated at 2 ohms. Even like my 400 to my 500 to 4, that's the best it can do is at 2 ohms. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I get it, but I feel like they could have went above and beyond and not, you know, it's not 504. Okay, I'm digging myself a hole. What I'm trying to say is, if every speaker you could buy, most of the speakers are 4 ohm speakers, why sell an amp that says 500 to 4 on it if it's probably going to be used in a situation like mine where you're going to be running a speaker that's at 4 ohms. So you're running half of what the amp can actually do. Same with how their JL amps confuse me, because why did they stop doing it like this? Why wouldn't they just make a range? You would think like, oh, that's badass. Because that also means like I have a W3 version 3 4 ohm. But they also make the same sub for the same price in 2 ohm. I just don't have the 2 ohm sub. I bought that over a year ago. That was when I wasn't really that inclined when it came to, you know, that stuff. So if I would have known what I had known a year ago, it was like 2 years ago now, but I probably would have bought a 2 ohm. There's a couple of marketplace, you know, going for a little bit more, but I'm already stuck with this one. So I'm gonna use this, and I shouldn't have to use all 500. There's no way. You know what? I'm lying, because that sub probably can take 500 watts. Clean JL power, 55 amp alternator. We're gonna be dimming lights, maybe. I've never had to deal with a 55 amp alternator before, but that's low, and it's got a tiny battery in it. So at the most, I see a couple lithium batteries that I want to go try. But you know, that's another jump. We'll see how it works with this. But they're not gonna sell no alternator for this car. I'll tell you that right now. If they did, that would be sick, and I would buy it. But I got a couple ideas if I do need to. I got a couple more alternators for this car. I don't think it works like if I had 2 more or 1 more, you know, I'll be running like a stock 350 alternator basically, and I could kind of go off 105 better than 55. But yeah, So I got all that wired in perfectly, and now I have to ruin it. And I just wired it in all 2 days ago. That shows you how bad I want to get stuff to work. If I want it now, I could have just waited, and it would have been way better because now I cut wires the perfect length. And it's all JL wire, so fuck. So, since I knew I did that, I had to pick up other stuff. So I got this, I know, crab wire. Gear It. Gear It is the company name. 50 feet of 4-gauge wire. I tell you what, it's not as nice as my JL wire. I'll say that right now. I can just look at this shit and I can tell you that, oh, it's gonna be stiff. I hate the see-through stuff. Well, whatever. I got this for like $40 today, so I don't think that's a terrible deal. I know JL stuff's a lot more expensive, but I got this. I got like 20 feet of JL wire out of a U-Pull yard, which is awesome. If you ever go to U-Pull, just be glancing at all the engine bays. If you see that thick blue or red wire, you got yourself a pretty good deal, you know? You can just snag that in the pockets, wrap it up around your belly, throw your coat on. No, but don't do that. I'm not provoking anything. Anywho, yeah, I'm gonna cut this and then we're gonna move to that. So yeah, let's do that. Also, something that I'd like to say is that's why I really like Tar Amp. I'm sure a lot of people dislike it. I've had perfect, awesome bass with them. Like I said, I cannot give them a better review on what my behalf of using it is. I'm sure other people have had worse luck. And actually, the new Tar Amps that came out, I'm pretty sure, the ones that got the colors and stuff, I've seen more worse reviews with those than the actual older ones with like just the white on it. But mine is, I mean, I bought it in 22, so I mean, I don't know, it could be going worse quality now. But back to my point, I'm rocking two W7s, both dual 1.5 ohms coils. The reason I like Tar Amp is because they have a range on their amps. They just get better and better and better the lower they go, and they're not gonna blow up. If I rocked any other amp, usually they stop at 2 ohms and nothing below that. Anything under that is unsafe. Not for Tar Amps though. Tar Amps they can do fine. From 0 to 2 ohms, they can rock whatever they say they are. So mine's a bass 3K. It's rocking 3,000 watts just fine through whatever I can do it at. And I think I have those at, I don't think I have them at 3/4, but I'm pretty sure it's just 1.5 how I have them set up right now. But, you know, my point is I like the range on the ohms. And when you change the subs up, like, oh, I changed this, or I bought a different sub, you can use it. Not have to buy a whole different amp because that one's, you know, not going to work well with your amp because it's, like, fixed. So, anywho. Here's a close-up of the amp. Ooh, I love those. I love that. You gotta love these, man. Power, thermal, and low. And this little one in the middle ain't never gonna turn on because we got the shark fans. Down here's all of our stuff. I'm sure there's tons of videos on these amps because they're not new. They've been around the block. But this one looks like it hasn't. This one looks like it's been sitting in some guy's garage, which it has been. It's got a few little nicks up here that you can't even barely notice. So I'm cool with that. You know, my buddy's a firm believer in Milwaukee, right? Loves the lights. I'm a DeWalt guy. Not really. It depends on what light. I have a Matco light. Let me show you my favorite light. One that isn't portable. Wait, we ain't got enough. Gotta unplug this bitty. Oh yeah. you get this, whoop, whoop, and that gives me perfect lighting right where I need to be working at. Perfect. Ooh. Yeah. And when I say I fucked up, man, I did. Look at the size of that. I'm gonna have to, oh man. I'm really hoping, wait. Okay, perfect. It doesn't look like I'll have to, and I don't have to move that amp over, thank God. But the first things I'm gonna do is unplug this stuff and get the amp out of the way and see what I can snug up in here. Yeah. All right, let's get you in time-lapse mode, eh? All right, so I marked the wire somewhere right here. We're just gonna cut this bitty right there. I gotta measure the other one. I'll do that here in a second. Oh. Let's say about I don't know what I'm doing though because I'm left-handed. Alrighty. Okay. I talked a lot of shit, but actually this wire don't look terrible. Like I don't know. I like the casing ain't actually too bad. I thought it was gonna be like the Walmart shit. That shit's garbage, personally. Personal experience. Alright, this is my first time using this tool. Usually I just rock it. I don't even have a hammer. Probably better if I got you right there. Oh, I forget this thing's on a tension. You just pull up on this. Dude, that's fucking nifty though. Woo! Just sits in there perfect. All you gotta do is hold the wire. Give her some extra hits. Woo! Not bad. We flipping it around too? I don't know if it works like that, but figure we give it maybe a couple hits. Oh. Oh, I'm tripping. I will say that's pretty fucking solid. I mean, it don't look the best, but heat shrink, blowtorch. Man, I don't want green. Yeah, damn it. Oh, wait. I lied. That's what I'm talking about. All right. Okay. Got my measurement. Oops. You know when you push a little too hard, you could cut it. You feel it cutting into the wire. That's a bummer. Yep. All right, 6 gauge. Now these would be perfect for using solder. This is some I had some aluminum ones, but they have like a little hole here at the end, which is just like ugh. But since I got this fancy tool, it's probably not fancy to a lot of people. I'll say that. It's fancy to me. Like literally my whole life until now. I kind of jumped out a little bit. I don't think you're supposed to do the bottom technically. Yeah, I'm just gonna rock it like that. Got a little smell of that gas. Woo! It's a little bit too much heat. Bag it up, bag it up. Fuck a lighter. You got a goddamn map gas. Don't make me bust that acetylene out. Woo! That's pretty. So this is, we gotta cut our ends, which I'll do when we're in there, because if I cut them too short or long, I'm gonna be pissed at myself. I don't think we need anything over here though. Maybe to put the cap back on the marker, huh? It's not, look at that, that's Milwaukee made. Okay. Yeah, look at those. Not bad. Now they sound like that. I gotta figure the issue out. I don't know what I did wrong. I couldn't get any videos to help me with this, but it was actually the goddamn switch. Now, that's when I was up here, and I'm going through all these. Obviously, I'm switching them all, right? It's this filter mode switch. Now, I had that in high pass. I went to low pass and then swiped all the way back over to off. That's when I found that the actual buzzing went away. So I bet I was somewhere in between off and high pass where it was getting interference or something. But something wasn't right between. I think it was between. I don't know. Some of these amps kind of feel like you can go in between. And if you move it while playing and stuff, like it's weird. It's not like a click and it changes. It like changes and then it clicks over. So I'm thinking that's exactly what my problem was. So yeah, besides that though, we're all done. We got it all mounted in there how I want it. If I didn't, yeah, so got the amp in here, that's my grounds. I go into that. I do have caps for those. I just can't fucking find them for the life of me. They're somewhere in my garage. This is how it ran. I still got to vacuum up all this stuff. That was for me trying all the different grounds in the world there. Same with over there. I tried different grounds on this. Some things I didn't even mention, but I checked grounds. I tried different RCA cables. I made sure my RCAs weren't running against my power wires. I tried a whole bunch of different stuff.
and I couldn't figure it out until I figured out the amp being the problem. But that we're all besides that now. Everything's been good now though. I mean, the sub absolutely takes this amp phenomenally. It sounds amazing, very very crisp. It doesn't sound like shit, so I'm happy with it. But it's still too small, and I will be upgrading this entire system in the next video. I really appreciate everybody who has sat around and watched this video that I made. So yeah.